Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another edition of Fight Night. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan, and I have the person who created this podcast, the person who's been my longtime good friend and sometimes rival. Let me introduce to y'all the myth and Josie. Josie, what's going on? How you doing?
What's up?
What's going
How we,
on?
I'm liking this new vibe we got going on. Like I'm
Oh, yeah.
Oh wait! I made it. That's why.
That's right. You made it. That's right. But I told you, but I did recommend the color scheme. All right. Next person that we're bringing up to play. This person has been my friend
Yeah, babe.
for countless of centuries. You started with me with the rant, and now we're here on the Fight Night podcast. Remember my man, Big Tony. Big Tony, what's up? Can't hear you, big dog.
All right, I'm on my show.
What's going on, man? Say something now. Yeah, it's still kind of low.
I'm on my show.
Yeah, we got Big Tone with some audio issues. He might be going through a bad area of reception.
Yeah.
You see my man driving. You're doing better than me because I know I can do that.
All right, I think he froze. Let's move.
Let me do this real quick. I forgot to do it earlier. I'll go ahead and do what? Did I cut it? Oh, no, I didn't. All right, cool. All right. We'll try to get Big Tone back. There we go. All right. We are going in your direction, my friend. Where are we going? WWE, AEW, where are we going?
Oh, no stacks yet.
Not yet.
All right. Well, I think we got to start off with some WWE. Talk about some Money in the Bank. I want to kick it off like this. Like, I had a little bit of an epiphany today, Will. Like, I am an AEW guy. Like, I
Yes,
know
you
we
are.
joke about me being a mark, but like, I truly do. I just enjoy AEW more. But it almost pains me to say this. WWE is. I'm still personally not enjoying a lot of the product, but seems like people are.
I think it's getting better.
It is getting better, and if they do go the direction that they're saying they're going to go, come Netflix, I might get a little bit more interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
What I have realized in the past 5 years since AEW is I am a pro wrestling fan.
Here you go.
I like AEW. I like MLW. I liked NWA when it was good. Like, I like pro wrestling. And you know what? I saw a quote that Triple H said recently that they are not a sport. They're a movie about a sport. And that is probably the best way I've ever heard WWE characterized.
Best way to put it.
It is a phenomenal way to put it. And I think I at a time as a kid enjoyed that presentation, but when I kind of broadened my wrestling outlook, I realized that it's different. It's very different, and WWE is just kind of. I don't like to use the word manipulated because it sounds worse than I want it to, but kind of manipulated the U.S. market into believing that's what wrestling is. If you really look at it, no other country represents wrestling as the way WWE now represents it. Now, a lot of that is because WWE is worldwide and is a big corporation. Yes, ma'am. Hello?
I'm right here. Do you think?
Oh, it popped up. I was like, what the heck is going on? Um, uh, yeah, baby, I'm on my show.
Aw.
So, on that note, Money in the Bank. I watched it. I did fall asleep during some of it, but I went back and looked at it. I was surprised that they started with the men's Money in the Bank, but now I see why they started with the men's Money in the Bank. Um, I was not happy. I know you also were not happy about how that ended
Hell no.
because we are both not really fans. Yes, ma'am. On the back of the bathtub, probably under the shower curtain.
Everybody knows me. I'm not a fan of Drew.
Yeah, Drew, and I kind of feel you. I don't know. And it's not that I'm not a fan of Drew. Drew outside of WWE, I really enjoy. When he was in GNA, he was putting on some great shit. Um, I I see him trying to do what he was doing, but it's just not hitting the same to me. um, but it happened. I wanted LA Knight to win it. God damn it, LA Knight. Jey Uso would have been a really surprising but interesting one.
Yeah, yeah.
Chad Gable. I like Chad. I don't know if his story, especially with them involving the Wyatt Six right now, works with a briefcase.
There was so much. There was a lot right with this pay per view, but it was also a lot wrong.
Yeah,
I think I think Stratton winning the ladies' Money in the Bank
I was
was
going to
right.
say, flip to the other one. Stratton was a good choice.
Yes,
Stratton was
very
a
good
great choice.
Very good choice.
I think we have been saying for a long time that what the women's division needs more than anything in WWE is some new blood. They need new people vying for these titles. It needs to stop being the same goddamn women.
Big Tone, what's up, man?
Big Tone, you actually got some signal?
Yeah, I got a better signal now.
There we go.
Big Tone, you need to get you some Skylink.
Shit. Where I'm at, shit. As much as you got a point. Because every time I roll, I gotta have some signal.
Yeah, satellite. Get that satellite internet, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking about hooking it up to the truck. That's not a
I didn't
bad
even
idea.
think they still made those.
Oh no! This is Elon Musk's new company.
Oh, okay,
Starlink.
okay.
Starlink. Not Skylink.
Okay.
Skylink's Terminator.
Okay. Yeah.
Skynet. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway.
But I thought that was a good move. It shows.
Stratton winning was right way. Drew winning, I don't agree with. I understand why they did it, and I'm actually just going to jump into it right now. So the Damian Priest, Seth Rollins match, Drew inserts himself, and I mean, if you're watching this show, you know what happened. Like, CM Punk screwed him
again. On purpose. And
on purpose.
That was the perfect thing to do.
Yep.
That was perfect.
Yep. Perfect.
I think that storyline could have possibly done without it. He had already screwed him at Clash of the Castle.
Yep.
But he had a receipt he had to give back, remember?
I understand.
He did.
Hang on. I agree with you there. My thing is I enjoy it more, and this is just a personal opinion. I enjoy it more when the Money in the Bank is used like it's going to be used with Stratton, and build up the division. Now I understand it worked really well for this storyline. I'm not saying I hated it. It's just I would have again liked to see it gone to someone like LA Knight, Jey Uso, even Chad Gable. But I get it. I don't despise it and hate on it as much as some. Also, I am not a big CM Punk fan, so anything that has to do with that motherfucker.
Why can't we just get this motherfucker his ice cream bar so he can get the fuck out?
Yeah.
You know that ain't gonna happen.
Get this motherfucker his ice cream bar so he can get the fuck out.
I know, but you know they're not gonna give him that because he draws money. Like you said, controversy. What did Bischoff say? Controversy makes cash.
Yeah, controversy makes his book. Controversy makes cash.
Yes, everybody wants to see him. Go ahead and give him. Everybody wants to see him against Seth anyway.
Well, it is what it is.
Huh?
But if you look at
you have to put some clothes on first.
If you look at it the way they went ahead and they went about it,
there's towels in the laundry room.
They did it right.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Mm.
They did not. Damien does not look as weak as everybody thought he would. Now they're setting it up for him and Seth to go at it after
SummerSlam. Yeah. Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Or the newly announced, which I'm excited for this. Because I was at the last one that happened. The newly goddamn announced Bad Blood.
No,
I'm so excited. It's coming back, bitches.
Yeah, but they're not going to put that there. They're going to hold that.
I mean,
they're going to hold that back for. I'm going to say they're going to hold that back for Survivor Series because
it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. I think they want to build this Atlanta show big. I could see it. I could see it at either show's Big Tone. I'll say that. I think it main event either show perfectly.
What the fuck?
But
why would I go through there? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
So I'm sorry. What were we saying? My mind is spaced.
No, we were talking. You were talking about Money in the Bank.
Yeah. So what was the next match? You saw.
Well, we gotta talk about it. We were just talking about Rollins and.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
We gotta talk about the non-kick out.
Yeah. Yes. I actually saw an explanation. Yes, you need to push her on.
That didn't make any sense. The 9 kickouts, what the fuck for? Come on. Now.
Well, I actually heard an explanation.
Did you hear it from Billy Ray? Billy Ray, I'm sorry.
I think he might have been right. I think Damien might have got a little loopy.
Yeah.
A little concussed.
Yeah.
And woke up literally in time to kick out when he did. I do agree with a lot of critique I've seen. Back in the day, the refs were trained. You count 3 no matter what. And then they got to work with it.
And do you deal with it after?
I would say it's not a Damien screw up. I really want to put this on the ref. I think this is the ref's fault.
You remember Big Tone when the Rockers beat the Hart Foundation for the World Tag Team Championship because of the top rope? The referee still counted 3. Yeah. The Rockers won, but then they reversed the decision later because they had issues with the top rope that night.
That's true.
So
and remember how Dusty and Flair won in '86.
Yep.
I gotta say, like, that's one of the things I like about wrestling. That's one of the things that, like, Big Show, Cody Rhodes for the IC title got kicked off the ledge and went through the casket or went through the table and lost. He was supposed to win that match.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big deal.
True.
Big Tone, your phone is falling. I'm seeing more and more of the dash just coming.
Yeah, but that's a good point. That's a good point, Joe, because
I think this, and I don't normally do this, but I think this is the ref's fault. Maybe not the ref personally. Maybe it's the way they're trained now. But I think they should have counted 3. I think, like, that is part of the fun of wrestling is things can go wrong. Things happen. That's why I don't like the word botch. It is a live fucking performance. Like,
they use
that happen.
They use that word, that term botch too much.
No, you're
and
good,
too
baby.
loosely.
They use it too much.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's a performance, and it happens. Shit happens.
There you go.
Yep.
Shit happens.
Hey.
So
Yeah.
ain't no point in that shit.
No,
Yeah.
it really isn't.
So,
And you count the
and-
three, like I say, you count the three, and then you deal with the situation later.
hey, real quick, pause real quick. Uncle Will, someone wants to show you something.
Hey. Oh,
Somebody
snap.
lost some tea.
Oh, okay. How you doing, sweetie?
How are you? He said, "How are you doing?" Good.
Good to see you.
We were talking to my parents. They're in Alaska, so we were talking to them on FaceTime. And she
Okay.
just popped it out. I just pulled my tooth out. Maybe it's too loud. You gotta take them now. That's fine.
But with this show, to me, you know, with that happening, that takes points off for the show. How do we feel about that 6-man match?
That was the tag team, or no?
Jacob showed his ass.
He did. He really did.
Yeah, I mean,
Jacob showed his
I
ass.
think honestly, out of that match, who impressed me the most? Jacob and KO.
Yep.
Like KO, you could just tell KO was fighting with heart, like that, over everything going on with his mom, and like that, like KO impressed me again when I didn't know KO could press me anymore. Like, but yeah, Jacob did what we knew Jacob was going to do. This is why I think I'm not sure about the Jacob solo pair. I always, the way he was in MLW, you gotta remember, he was the face of MLW for 3 goddamn years.
And that's tough to do.
I know,
years.
that's true.
And I understand that is not the same level. I'm just saying, like, that's impressive to be the face of any company. And I would say in the U.S. MLW's
that long.
I would say in the U.S. MLW's top 6, top 7, somewhere in there, just because of where things fall. But like, to be the face of a company that is that big, they're a traveling company, they're a TV company. To be on the face of that company that long, that big, that's an impressive feat to do.
Very
I had
impressive.
a feeling he was going to come in like this, and this is why I was saying I think he could overshadow Solo. He's just so goddamn good. He's so explosive. He's so athletic. He's good on the mic.
But they won't let that happen.
I mean,
No.
I understand it's not going to happen right now. I just think it's going to be one of those things that his charisma is going to outshine. Like, he could be a Rock.
Well, to be fair,
one day.
But let's be fair though. It's not like you've seen Sikoa in a situation where he can be that.
Yeah.
They're going to give him the opportunity once the final boss comes back and they settle this shit. They're going to give him the opportunity.
Yeah.
What he does, he's going to take it and he's going to run with it, no matter what.
That's why I said
once he does, exactly. Wait, because it's coming.
Wait. Yeah.
We know it's coming.
Because I think he can talk. I think he can talk. Because you saw him talk when he was in.
We know he can.
He can talk.
Watch MLW, he can talk.
Yeah, he can talk.
Jacob, yes. Jacob can talk. I think that's where Solo misses. Solo is damn good in the ring. He reminds me a lot of Umaga in the ring. I feel like Solo just.
That's his own.
I think there's a lot of that there. Jacob does too, but Jacob also has that charisma that The Rock has, the charisma that Yoko had, like just all of that. Like,
Yoko's man now.
That whole family can wrestle, but not all of them are top guys. And there's some in that family that are top guys, and I feel like he's a top guy. Jacob is a top guy to me, for sure. Solo, I'm not sure yet.
Like I said, we got to see, because I don't think Solo's been given an opportunity to be the top guy.
I can't disagree with you there.
Spot is peeking his head out of the rock.
Give me a minute, gentlemen. Let me drop this off real fast, and we could
Do your thing, man.
No worries, man. No worries. But we talking about botches. We got to talk about the botch in this match now. Freaking Tongaloa going for that low blow,
I
missing
saw that.
the
I
first
saw that. Hit him
time.
in the head.
And, well,
Yeah.
he missed the first time.
Yeah. He got the
And-
second one though.
And then he got the second one. But did you see what he did? He bopped his brother in the head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like he smacked his brother in the head, like
Right in the
punched
head.
him in the head. Yeah, it was a night. And again, I don't like the word botch. I apologize. Things like that happen, especially Loa. Loa is like I would say New Japan guys have the biggest curve. When they come in. Like it is New Japan is different, especially the WWE. Like
True.
Especially the WWE.
They're two different styles.
And they didn't have any NXT time. They go straight to TV.
Yep.
So I think it is. It was a good match. I think everybody in the match looked good.
Everybody pretty much.
Yeah, I would say the one that didn't eat the most was probably Cody. I don't know. Cody's performance was just lackluster. Maybe he wasn't in it much.
But here's my thing with Cody. Did you really expect anything other than that for a 6-man?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Hold up, Big Tone responding. He's just not there.
No. But I didn't really go into a 6-man. I think I was gonna get a real big performance from Cody. Hell, I'm shocked we saw him as long as we did.
Yeah, and I mean he's going to. We know he's going to be probably facing someone big at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's the next one, right? Or is there one more?
I thought it was one more.
I think there's one more. I think I'm off.
I thought it was one more. Hold on.
I know All In season is coming, and usually SummerSlam is right around that. Like All In is August 14th.
Oh, go on. Hold on. Money in the Bank. Where was WrestleMania? SummerSlam. I thought it was one more.
Nope.
What's August 3rd?
I thought it was one more because isn't SummerSlam in Detroit this year?
Yes, it is. No,
yes,
SummerSlam is in Cleveland.
Is it Cleveland or Detroit?
It's Cleveland.
Okay.
What? You can go get
SummerSlam's in
orange.
Cleveland this year. Next year will be in Detroit.
Okay.
No, next year it is in Indianapolis.
Because I thought it was in Cleveland this year.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Because they just did the what's the name for it.
Yeah, next year the Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and then 2026 Mania.
It's going to be in Indianapolis. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Golly.
Well, yeah, this year it's in Cleveland this year, right? SummerSlam's in Cleveland.
SummerSlam's in Cleveland this year, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Cleveland.
Right.
I thought it was one more show before SummerSlam, though.
Atlanta. What's going on in Atlanta?
Bad Blood in October.
What's coming up?
Okay. So
I thought it was. Wait a minute. I thought Bad Blood was in August. Is coming.
no,
Yeah, no.
they announced that for October.
Then what's coming August 3rd? Or is that for NXT?
I know Heat Wave is coming for NXT.
No, Heatwave just happened. It was this Sunday.
That's okay.
We're about to talk about it because
D Bravo and Peace Bravo Nitro was
Thanks, sir.
yeah.
The Bash is. Ain't it the Bash?
No, August 3rd is Cleveland. August 3rd is SummerSlam.
August 3rd is SummerSlam. Next one, you're
August
at
3rd
Cleveland.
is SummerSlam. And then the 31st is Bash in Berlin. Then October 15th is Bad Blood. And then November 2nd is Crown Jewel. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, wow. Yeah. So, They're going to be building that. The SummerSlam feud is coming. Like, they got to start building that. So I've heard rumor it's going to be Solo versus Cody. And I think Roman will probably return in that match.
Roman's coming back when?
SummerSlam, I would bet.
Yeah. To set up the I think it's too. Yeah, I think he's going to set. That's going to set up the Rumble.
You got to start setting up.
Everybody's going to get back together. Yeah, they're going to put the bloodline back together, leading up to
the OG bloodline, before Solo.
Yeah. They're going to put that back together.
I still think if you're going to keep this bloodline the way it is, I still think Solo going to have to win if that is the match against Cody.
I don't think that happens.
No, I
don't think Solo.
I think the only reason why I say that is because you got to put some teeth behind this new bloodline. Right? They ain't got no teeth.
I do get that. I just don't think Solo's got the resume yet. I don't think he's the one to defeat Cody.
Who's going to beat Cody? Unless they put it on Jacob.
I mean, and the run don't have to be long for Solo. Let me say that too. If he loses it that next week back to Cody, I'm fine with that. But you got to do something.
They won't do that anymore. They won't do that anymore.
Well, yeah. In order for him to be Bloodline 2.0, as you say, instead of being a seat filler, he's got to do it. They've got to put it on him so he can feel like, hey.
Or do they not? Or do they not? And they start bringing The Rock in, start building Rock versus Rock, the final boss, and Roman.
We won't see The Rock probably until. Yeah, we probably won't see him until the Rumble.
I don't know now. I don't know now that he knows his face puts butts in seats, and it's now more of a thing for him. He's not just. It's just not him negotiating a deal for some upfront money. TKO does well. That's more money in his pocket as a board member. So he knows his face means money. I wouldn't be surprised he pops up at SummerSlam, even just a pop up at SummerSlam.
No,
but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think that's true. He could pull that off.
The money has changed for him now. The money is different for him now. So it's just a theory. One thing before we move on from Money in the Bank, I want to talk about John Cena, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
John Cena announced the farewell tour. January 2025 through December 2025. It's being rumored 40 plus dates. It will be his last Royal Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam. I thought it was weird.
I'm going to be at Mania to see the last match.
Wow, bro. To be at his last Mania, that's going to be awesome. Won't be his last match, but his last Mania.
No, that is his. He's going to. That is his last.
No, he's already said it's not. He's already said it's not going to be.
He said it in the presser. He will wrestle from January 2025 to December 2025, 40 plus dates. It will be his last Mania, but that will not be his last match.
I get to watch it. I will be front row.
You will. Yeah, you will.
You know, you damn right I will.
Yeah, you will.
Shit.
So, I'm excited. 40 matches, the thoughts, the things. Here's my question, fellas. Do they give him 17?
Yes. I think they will.
I see it too.
I think
especially because at this point, I think they kind of want to replace Flair. I think they do. He's not been the best look recently. He's signed to AEW. So
who?
Flair.
Oh yeah. That's true.
So, and he's not been the best look. He's had some issues. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Acting a fool again.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if the plan would be Cena wins the Rumble and wins the title at Mania, has one more run, number 17, takes the record. And then if it's me, you have him drop it to Randy.
That's cool with me.
Yeah, I think
can
Randy.
deal with that.
I can deal with that
Randy,
for sure.
give it to Randy. Let Randy get his final run with it. I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with that because they hate these old timers getting it. It doesn't sound like Cena's going to be working a part-time schedule. If he's planning 40-plus matches, that's a good amount of shows on top of what he already does. He's going to have to cut out some movies.
Well, he's not going to do the Fast. We know he's not doing Fast and Furious 10.
His character got killed off.
Yeah, so we know he's not doing that. He's doing Peacemaker right now.
Whenever you're ready, you tell me.
Yeah, he's doing Peacemaker now. Yeah,
right now. So
yeah, he's getting Peacemaker wrapped up. I mean, he's got what, just under 6 months to get things wrapped and prepared and get anybody else hoping he cuts that goddamn hair and goes back to the old look. I don't care. It's just hair, but it's hard for me to picture Cena with that full head of hair when he comes off for the matches. Like, it's just not fucking Cena without the goddamn crew cut. I'm just saying.
I agree. Will he do it?
And the bald spot that's clearly getting sprayed in. Like, at least the crew cut covers up the bald spot.
True that.
True.
Hey, real quick. Can we talk? We talked a little bit about it the other day in chat. Can we go ahead and bring this up real quick for the people?
Oh, yes. About damn time.
Yes.
Hopefully this will. You see what a mid card did for the AEW women's division. Like, TBS Championship did great things for the women's divisions, to the point that I think if they were to add some kind of international continental title, it would do well too. I know some people say too many titles. I disagree with that comment. I think the person makes the title. Let titles move on levels. Right now in AEW, in the men's division, I would say the international title is number 2 to the TNT title. So that's just me personally. I just think it's got more prestige because of the people who have held it lately and how it's been built. So
I think that they still need to change the Intercontinental title. They need to change that design, because that design is trash.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. I don't like color on a belt. I mean, this color they did
is sweet. I gotta admit that. That U.S. title is sweet.
That's nice. That's nice.
I do enjoy that. In the Intercontinental, I don't hate. I know some people don't like it, but I don't hate it. But yeah, that U.S. title is beautiful. I love that. I love the little winged eagle tribute. Which, by the way, we haven't talked about this because we haven't been on since Cody revealing Dusty the new title.
The retro for Dusty. Yeah,
the one in retro for Dusty. So that was I've been waiting for that. I was a little surprised that they did that after the show and not during the show, but
okay, now there's another thing you didn't bring up also. We didn't bring up this whole thing with Rhea Ripley coming back.
Oh, mommy's back, bitches.
That was lovely.
The
way they did that was lovely.
I've seen some theories on this, and I saw some things.
And I think it's beautiful because didn't mean to cut you off, Joseph. And I think it's beautiful because of the fact, the way it was timed, the way it was framed. And this is why I say WWE is sort of kind of starting to get it a little bit.
They have been doing. I will agree with you that, Will. The camera work lately, the cinematography to it lately, they showed that a lot with the Wyatt 6, but even in some non-Wyatt 6 moments, you're right. Rhea's walk down, like the cameraman that was on that walk down was so perfect.
Yep.
Like he had that so fucking perfect.
Yep.
We don't give enough credit. We don't give enough credit to the walking camera crews in professional wrestling. That's a goddamn talent. You don't realize that's about 30, 40 pounds.
Yeah.
They're carrying on their shoulder with a cord behind them. That the only thing they've got protecting them from falling is the guy behind them that's pulling the slack.
Yep.
And so, like, that is a hard job. And that man, yeah, he had that shot perfect. If I'm Triple H, I'm like, man, you like, he had it.
Yeah,
It was a beautiful shot. I do.
it
I
was.
agree with you. The way the whole thing worked out, the Dom on top, and in that moment, you could see he's kind of falling for her. And now here's the thing I heard today, a theory I heard today.
Mm.
Does Liv really want Dom? I don't think Liv really wants Dom. She just wants to take everything she can from Rhea, break everything up. In this whole storyline, it's looked like Finn has kind of been pushing Liv. And I've heard a theory. We're going to now get this split. Finn, Liv, JD, one Judgment Day.
And then Damien
And then
and Rhea, the
Rhea
other. I heard the same theory.
And then Dom. And then who's the only person Dom's got that will be with him, that will always take him in? His dad.
Father.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Which brings it.
Turn him face
Oh.
Because they
Which
said
right
that
now-
on Raw. Because they said it on Raw Damien said on Raw the other night that I'm starting to see what your daddy is talking about.
Yeah.
So that tells me right there that something's coming out. Something's coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Something's coming down.
Yeah. I do agree. I can't disagree with you, Will, that yes, there are things that I'm liking about WWE.
But
Money
there's
in the
a
Bank.
whole lot more they need to work on.
There's
Bruh.
still a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
they need to work on.
Mhm.
They still
Trips is getting it together.
Yeah.
We can
Getting
show
it
them after,
together.
okay? We'll show them after. We'll leave it right here. Yeah, after we're done, we'll show them.
He's
But
doing
there's
what
a
he's
lot
supposed
they
to.
need to work. There's still a lot they need to work on. But at
When I'm
least
done,
you
when
see,
we're done, and we're just talking.
but at least you see the improvements that's going on in the E.
Yeah, there is some improvements. I would say, just like any booker, I think Tony Khan gets shit on far too much as a booker. But like any booker, no booker is perfect.
No. Hell no. Because they're human. They're human.
Yes.
And I know we're gonna talk about NXT in a second, but
we can go ahead and talk about
it.
NXT before we get to AEW. There's not a lot to want to talk there.
I'm even liking some of the stuff down in NXT that we got going on.
Okay, and this is what I was kind of talking about in the beginning, Will, is God, it's actually upset me what's going on in NXT.
Well,
I'm like, because I've realized I'm an AEW mark. And it upsets me because they're doing something I never thought they would do. This crossover with TNA. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, we knew that was coming.
Oh yeah.
Well,
we all knew that was coming.
But not until the Jordan Grace thing happened did we know. I'm just saying,
no,
I never thought.
When she came to the Rumble, we knew that.
That's what I'm talking about, Tone.
Okay.
Until that happened, we did not know all of this was coming. And even when that happened, we weren't sure it was going to happen until it started happening. And now with the Rascals returning last night, Joe Hendry's now made 2 appearances. Looked like he's going to be tagging with Trick.
Bro, I'm loving Joe here. I'm loving that dude.
I've been a fan of Joe since he appeared in TNA a couple of years ago. And he's got charisma. He's got so much charisma. The song is just catchy as fuck. And
that song is a trip.
Yeah. The only thing that made me mad. The only thing that made me mad about it. Saul took that loss to Jordan. I was sort of kind of pissed off about that because I like Saul. I like her finisher.
Did y'all see what Meltzer and Sapp said about that match?
What?
It was just a gymnastics match, and if you go back and you look at it, and you look at that match versus Ospreay Ricochet, that match Ospreay Ricochet versus the match that they just did. It's almost the same goddamn match. It is almost the same fucking match. That man rated what, 6 stars, 7 stars?
Yeah, he did like 6, 7 stars.
We know how Meltzer is.
If you go and look at it, it is almost the same goddamn match. I understand how the man is, but that's some blatant
That's why I say.
promotionism.
That's why I
and
say
just to
he on that
say
bullshit.
that,
He on that bull. I've been saying it for years. I've been saying it since I've
Ricochet,
been saying that shit since this was the paradigm shift. That man is a bunch of bullshit. A
yeah,
bunch
and
of bullshit.
Ricochet even said it looks like our exact match. And honestly, they did a good match. That was a
Mhm.
great match. I understand some people don't like the flippy bullshit. Oh, buddy, Stacks is in there.
But when it's done right,
Yeah. And that's the same thing. Like that Osprey Ricochet match was a 6-star match.
yeah.
But so was that match.
When it's done correctly, I got no problem. When you just do it just to do it, I got issues. But if it's leading to physicality, I got no problem with it.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why Will loves Will Ospreay and does not like the Young Bucks. Because he feels Will Ospreay, the way his moveset is it's all necessary moves, even though he does flips. The Bucks are just a spot fest.
That's all they are, a spot fest.
That's fact.
Will does it Will does it with purpose.
What up, Mr. Stacks?
What's up, Stacks?
What's going on? Sorry I'm late, fellas.
You good. I'm just mad. I was telling the people.
Up,
I was just telling the people I'm mad about Saul Ruka losing her match. I was mad. I like her. I really like her.
We're talking NXT Heat Wave.
Very fuckable.
I wasn't saying it like that, but okay.
We agreed to keep those things to the chat, man. We agreed to keep those things
I agree with you, though, Big Tone. I agree with you.
Anyway, yeah, and then what do we think about that championship match? What do we think about Ethan Page winning the NXT championship already?
Mad as hell.
Is it?
Yeah. I tried watching the NXT from last night, and when he came out, I just couldn't do it, man.
I don't understand it.
I just couldn't do it. I
don't understand it. He just got the belt.
He just got it.
Why?
And you playing hot potato already?
Yeah.
Well, is it the same thing that y'all feel with Monet? I mean, even Monet was there longer before she got her title. She was there almost 3 months before she got her title. Paige hadn't even been there a month.
Yeah.
No.
It don't make no sense.
Then you got shit. What is his name now? Ty Dillinger. Now what is his real name? Fuck, I can't think of it. Anyway, he's over there doing what I would think he would be doing right now, just taking loss after loss, jobbing out. And yet Ethan is getting pushed. And honestly, I'm sorry, to me, FKA Ty Dillinger, I can't think of his goddamn name now, is a better wrestler than Ethan Page. Ethan just
I would agree.
Doesn't hit me. Like, he just doesn't.
No.
No, Ethan Page does not do it. I still don't.
That's why I think he won it in the 4-way.
Put it off Trick.
That's why I think
I was gonna say, why pull it off Trent?
But
you know, I've heard some rumor here. I've heard a lot of rumor here. Does Triple H not like black champions? Like,
no, I ain't got no. I ain't got no.
But hold on. If you go about and this is why I say Booker T is a barrier breaker. If you go back and look at it through history, they put other belts on us before they would ever put a world title on us.
Yeah.
Go back. They'll put a tag team title on us.
Yeah.
Rocky Johnson. Tony Atlas.
What was Rocky's first title?
That's true.
So you can't.
I can't use that example.
But there are tons of examples.
There are other examples.
There are tons of other examples
that they will put us in that spot, which is why I say Booker
Here's a great one for you, Will.
Because if you look at Booker, everywhere he's been, no matter what era it was, no matter what company it was, he was always over. Do you know how hard that is to do?
Yeah, here's a great one for you, Will. Here's one who should have been and never was a world champion. But back in the day, he should have been. Now, his size also affected him probably a little, but that's Shelton Benjamin.
Yep,
Shelton.
I was just gonna say you took
Yeah.
the words out of
Definitely
my
should
mouth.
have been a
Yep.
world champion at least a couple of times.
I think, but
I
here's
agree.
my thing though. I think Shelton sort of kind of messed himself up a little bit.
I think, yeah, maybe there was some
Just
issues
a
there,
little.
but
He wasn't talking until he came back.
you're right. He learned how to talk while he was
Because he
gone
left.
those 7 years.
Because he left, did another
He
tour.
learned how to talk in he was in he was in Minoru Suzuki's group. I can't think of the name of that either. My mind is not one.
Because he left.
Yeah,
came
and
back,
that's where he
and
learned to talk.
And when he came back, now he was cutting promos like nobody's business. But before then, no.
Yeah.
That was my only issue with Shelton. They put every title on him but that title.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I've just seen that, like, even when they do put it on a black champion, it doesn't seem to last very long. And so it's
But
just
this
my
is why
opinion.
you have to appreciate those that have done it. Because again, Booker, Rock, and you can go down the line a few others that's held it for a while. You have to respect those guys. The one dude I thought that got screwed, that really got screwed was Kofi.
Yeah, Kofi.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
they
agree.
put that on him 10 years afterwards. What the fuck was that all about?
Yeah.
I think
He's another one. He should have been having that. The summer of Kofi should have been his like 4th championship.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, if you want to go down the black wrestling community and talk about there's tons of those. There are tons of those. Like you could hit on.
And I hate to say this, but most of it is in the E. Because if you go anywhere else, I mean, look at our Truth. That man ain't holding no world title.
Truth is a 3-time NWA 10 pounds of gold world champion, and he's never held a WWE championship.
Never held a WWE title.
He had the U.S. title. He's had the U.S. title 3 times.
No, I mean a world champion. I mean a world championship.
He said he didn't want it.
Oh, he said he didn't want it. Okay.
Yes,
I didn't hear that part.
Well, no, he said he hasn't wanted it now, but had they offered it to him back in the day, when at least gotten him one, I think he would have taken one. I think he would have. I do. Early off in his career, I think he would have been different.
Those Cena runs?
Yeah, maybe during a Cena run.
Yeah.
I think they could have pulled off one with him because
when Awesome
we're
Truth
getting there, baby.
When Awesome Truth was bad, was bad. When Awesome Truth was bad, that would have been the perfect time for him to get.
Hey, Uncle Will, she just wants you to see this real quick. I'm sorry.
Hey.
She wants you to see her tooth.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm proud of you, sweetie.
Okay. But yeah, so
and if you go back a little, if you look at it also, and I hate to say this because I know a lot of people love Daniel Bryan.
No, he shouldn't have got it.
Do we really have to hate on Mark Henry like that?
Yeah.
Because to me, that should have been Henry's run. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was world champ. He was world champ before, but that could have been Henry's run, and then it could have been Daniel Bryan's.
Yeah.
Only reason why Daniel Bryan got that run is because he was fucking one of the Bella twins.
Yep.
Well, he married one of the Bella twins. That's the only reason why.
Yep.
And Laurinaitis was fucking her mom.
And Laurinaitis was in play then too.
Yeah.
And
Laurinaitis was.
So, but yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Ethan Page winning Heat Wave, and that's really all I saw the Sol Ruka thing.
Oh man, she lost that match, man. Damn.
Yeah, Roxanne Perez.
I know Wes Lee won. I heard Roxanne Perez. I just can't get excited about her.
I'm sorry to say, Wes Lee got his ass told the fuck up.
Obi Fama is a dog, bro. That's a dog.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, how far that motherfucker has came in just a year is impressive. Like,
And Lee
I
can
don't
never
really,
challenge.
I have never saw. I do not really like the NIL because from what I've seen, it hasn't worked yet. But Obi Fam has maybe changed me on that because what they have made him, he's good on the mic, he's great in the ring, like he's got it
And
all.
don't forget the stipulation. As long as he's champ, Lee can't challenge for it again.
No, I think you're gonna. I think you're gonna see Rascals return last night. I think you're gonna see them go for the tag titles. I think that's about to happen. So yeah, that the TNA stuff has gotten me wanting to watch NXT a little bit more.
NXT, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got to just get past the. I feel like it hurts AEW, but it really doesn't. It's all good for wrestling. That's what we always say. That's why we shit on the IWC. All of this is good for wrestling. We are in the renaissance of wrestling. I've never seen a more popular time for wrestling.
Let me ask y'all this. As much as I love Booker and respect Booker,
Still needs to come off that tape.
His place is history.
He's got to be.
What he's done for the business.
Yeah, it's around.
How much longer is he going to be the announcer for NXT?
I hope not long because him alone is the only reason I don't want to watch.
Yeah.
Why? Because
he just gets on my nerve. Because he gets on my nerves.
He doesn't even things out.
No.
He's and rest in peace. And I've kind of learned to respect it a little bit more now. But he's very Don West. He keeps his energy all the way up here all the time.
It's too high.
And the commentator's point is to bring you up and then bring you back down and then bring you up. And then, but Booker's energy always stays up here. And like, it honestly makes me a little anxious.
It's like bruh, take a chill pill.
Yeah. Like, calm it down.
Calm it down. Just a
honestly,
little bit.
I gotta give it.
Tells me he does it everywhere else. His podcast is perfect. It's perfect. Even when he gets mad, he very rarely raises his voice. He rarely gets it up to that point where he's so high. He's always even keel. Go back and look at reality of wrestling. When he does stuff for reality of wrestling, he's always a mid-tier, always mid in commentary, his promos and things of that nature. So it shows me he can do it. But when you go up, he's in NXT, he's always up here. And I'm sorry, the crowd always don't take you up here. The matches don't always take you up here.
At some point they do, but you don't stay up here.
Right.
You bring it back down.
Bring it down some.
That's
my only criticism. That's my only criticism of the man.
I mean, yeah, I think that's right on the nail, and I agree with you 100%. Yeah, he's just he's very he reminds me so much. Yeah. I don't understand it. Real quick, I want to move on to AEW, but last thing on WWE, Joe Tessitore. Y'all hear about this? He's going to be coming to a 3-man booth. Corey, Joe Tessitore,
he's going to SmackDown.
And Wade Barrett for SmackDown. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And then these two things I want to talk about right here involve both. Y'all hear this about Stephanie Backer?
No.
She is done with CMLL New Japan. It's being rumored that she is signed with WWE.
Right?
Yeah. And it's also being rumored that the Motor City Machine Guns had signed with WWE, which was being rumored a couple of months ago that they had already signed with AEW. So I don't know what's going on there. Again,
wait a minute. Whoa. I thought one of the Motor City Machine Guns retired because he got too hurt.
No, he came back years ago. Alex Shelley. No, you're thinking of the Wolves. You're thinking of the Wolves, Davey Robinson.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Which is still sad because there's a few matches I'd like to see there. I love Motor City. Don't get me wrong. I think they are a banger. But these people who think they are the savior of the WWE tag team division, 10 years ago, maybe. Not today.
No,
Like
Nope.
they're not those guys.
not today.
I think they'd have been perfect in AEW because AEW would have used them just how they're meant to be work. Because AEW also, what's going to hurt them is AEW fans would have known who they are. A lot of WWE fans aren't going to know who MCMG is.
Will they even be labeled as that when they get there? Because they like to pull wool over people's eyes and change them over.
I think
That'll
MCMG,
stick, right?
they just copyrighted that and everything right after they left TNA. So I think they're going to have it in their contract that that's what they go by.
Okay. Don't be don't be a Braun Breaker.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But anyway,
Scott,
know.
no, hold up. I mean, let me backtrack real fast. Scott said he'd rather Braun Breaker, do it on his own instead of using his
they didn't want him to use the name.
Good. They didn't want him to use it. They want him to do it
not right away.
under his own merits.
Right.
He might change to it one day, but anyway, yeah. So the backer thing is a little interesting for other reasons. She was just on AEW. She's working with CMLL. This might make Tony a little bit more leery about working with CMLL. Is he going to have someone on, be running a story with them, and then they lose, and then they leave CMLL, and he loses them? It's an interesting thing with that. I'm still I don't 100% believe either of these rumors. I believe parts of them, but again, you take wrestling rumors.
WWE, I don't know about that one.
I don't really believe that one. I would tend to believe the backer one more.
Yeah,
I see that as more likely.
I would too.
And how successful would they be in WWE now?
What?
It wouldn't.
I don't think they'd be very successful in WWE.
I don't see them being super. I just don't. I don't see that as the right move for them. I think AEW's fan base is going to know who they are. They're going to have. They've been on AEW before. I just think that is a better fit for them. Their tag team division is still good, not great like it used to be, but there's also a lot of. Again,
because the Bucks
matches
got the titles and they're stupid as fuck.
A lot of matches that wrestling fans would like to see with Motor City and AEW. Even that match, I think a world title run in AEW for Motor City is a lot more likely than it is in WWE.
Why would they want that match between the Bucks and the Motor City Machine Guns? Why? It makes no sense.
It's a dream match. It's what two
eyes, though.
It's two teams, baby. Yes, if you want to go lay down, you can. It's two teams that some people think could be the best in the world in tag team.
No,
I don't.
Because
I don't. But okay.
When you're talking about when you talk about this, you have to take a couple from each company. And then there's the ones that have worked both companies, had amazing careers, like the Dudleys and the Hardys. But then, like, those are just Mount Rushmore tag teams, no argument. But then your other ones, you've got to look at the company in itself. I would say Motor City Machine Guns, Beer Money, are some of the greatest tag teams in TNA history. So that's just my thought. But all right, moving on. AEW. We saw a MJF turn last week, and then an explanation this week, and then now we're set up MJF versus Ospreay next week for the international title on Dynamite 250. They did announce that that's going to be the first match. I have a feeling this might go to a 60-minute draw.
I can see that actually. I can see that actually. I can see that actually.
I actually think so. They had a 4-way for an international title match tonight, and I think that the international title might be at All In a 3-way: Pac, Ospreay, MJF. Maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but
Yeah.
I can't see MJF there.
well, MJF and Ospreay are building a feud right
Yeah,
now.
MJ.
I understand that
Like,
point,
and
but
yes, there's a match. I don't see it ending at this match. Like they have been, it's been hinted already that the match, Ospreay MJF
I can see the match.
all in.
I just can't see it for a lesser title.
I don't see how that works. There's not enough time for them. Like Pac just won his all in shot at the Intercontinental title tonight. He won the shot. He will go on to face either Ospreay or MJF. So it's going to be one of them.
No, I just can't see him. I can see him compete for. I just don't know why you would put a lesser bet on him when he's coming off.
No, I don't think MJF wins that. I think honestly, Ospreay, if it's a 3-way match, Ospreay, Pac, MJF, Ospreay pins MJF.
Yeah, I can see that.
It builds a better story.
They build a better storyline, a better feud.
Yeah. So you got that Swerve. We found out tonight with the end of the Owen Harts that it will be Swerve versus Daniel Bryan at All In. It looks like they're going that way, guys. It looks like Daniel's going to get one more title run. It looks like he's going to be that guy.
About tired of this.
I really, honestly, this is what I thought. I thought Daniel was going to lose tonight. I thought they were definitely going Hangman, Swerve, All In. I thought that's what made sense. But I see that now they've added Swerve into Swerve's in Blood and Guts. Hangman's now in Blood and Guts. But I thought Bryan Danielson was going to end up facing Nigel. Nigel's digs have gotten more and more and more. Like, they're definitely building a match between these two guys. There's no other reason that a man digs like this. Like, they are building, even tonight, like, either Excalibur or Shivani said, like, we know y'all had some of the greatest matches ever, and, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, they're definitely building a match between these two men. And I really thought it was going to be All In. Maybe they pushed to All Out. But yeah, I thought that's the way they were going. I don't know how I feel about. I understand Bryan Danielson kind of deserves the title run, maybe, but
at this point, does he?
I don't think he does.
I mean, granted, I think they're going to give it to him just cause, but
we can't hear you, Big Tone.
No.
I just don't think he deserves it. I think he's got too many chances and he's come up short each time.
Yeah. I mean, he did look good. He looked great in this match with Hangman.
Yeah. That match was fun. He looked really good there, but I mean, the longevity of the run, though, I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be long. He's done it even this year. He said that it won't be a long run if it's a run.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't win to Swerve though. Like, maybe that's not the way they go with it. Like, it's possible it could go either way. I think Swerve is building a good run at this point. It's gaining momentum. I'm liking it more and more.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it off right now, but finally though, it took long enough.
So, like, I'm getting excited for All In. On the women's side for Owen, you saw Mariah May actually win. So it's going to be Mariah May versus Toni Storm at All In for the women's title. I don't see Mariah May winning this at all, but it will be a very interesting match with the dynamic that these two have.
Boy, that match was a banger tonight, though, I felt like.
The Willow? Yeah, man, it was. Yes, sir.
It was a banger.
Willow looked great. I love it. I think we're going to get Willow versus Stat. Probably All In or All Out, one of the two. Again, in some kind of probably street fight or something. Yeah. You got Blood and Guts building. It's going to be the Elite versus all we know on the AEW side right now is Swerve. But yeah, what else is going on?
Did you guys talk about the Jericho match already? And
we didn't
and
tonight.
And Samoa Joe.
Jericho and Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
It wasn't as impressive as I thought it was going to be. I was hoping for more.
No, yeah, I was too. I thought that was kind
Jericho's
of
gotten really into these. They're not spots, but they're like these gimmicky things, like going backstage with the forklift or the popcorn stand, or like he's
100%.
gotten into these like gimmicky things, and like I get it. This kind of goes with the character, but I don't know. I understand where the learning tree and all of this came from. Like this is exactly what he was hearing from people, and you could hear the fans chanting, "Please retire." You could hear it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like what Hook and Samoa Joe and Shibata were doing. I hope that's not out very long, and I don't think it will be. I think you're going to get a 3-way versus the learning tree, Shibata, and then very soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that learning tree.
You never heard the term under. You've never heard the term. You've never heard the term under the learning tree.
It sounds like a bad comic. It sounds like a bad comic village group. The learning tree. What the
hell? But yeah. What else? Again, wrestling is just—it's hot. It's on fire right now. I think AEW has in the past couple of months made some serious changes. They've got some great stories going right now. WWE, like I said, I've been impressed with. If you're not watching MLW, you should be. Goddammit. Check out some NXT. They're firing. TNA, I want to watch it. But
I can't watch it anymore. Now that they got it on NXT, I'm just waiting for some of those.
Well,
to
technically, TNA doesn't have anything scheduled out past the summer. So,
well, yeah, that was another thing I was gonna say. They don't have much scheduled out, do they?
I'm ready for Scott D'Amore's clause to run out at the end of this year, so he can sign with someone. So,
that'll be interesting. I wonder if he actually does. You think?
From what I heard, he won't. He does not have to, but I hope so.
Yeah.
He's making a lot of money from what I've heard, but
yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this episode of Fight Night. Will, take us out.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here in this edition of Fight Night. We'll be back next week to get you caught up in the world of professional wrestling. For myself, Big Tone, Stacks, and Josie, we see you next week. Everyone take care. Have a great week.